Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Joe Lisi. We head out to San Francisco where Ben Rolfe is live covering Super Bowl 60. He is with, of course, the Pro Football and Sports Network. These guys have been joining us all week long, helping us kind of break down the big game here between the Pats and the Seahawks. So, Ben, give me what's the sense you're getting out there from the people you talk to, expectations-wise, for the game on Sunday?
I think everybody is leaning towards the Seahawks. They're taking that safer side of things, it feels like. It's really only the bolder guys that are calling the Patriots.
So, do you find people are the belief in Seattle is all of the trust in this team and what they've shown, or is it a lack of trust in New England, who didn't really impress as much through their path to this game?
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of both. Like, people don't believe that New England have, should we say, earned their way here. They've played the easiest schedule in the regular season. They've then had a lot of luck through the playoffs with CJ Stroud's meltdown, Justin Herbert not being able to complete passes, and then obviously losing Bo Nix. And I think people just think that Seattle's the more tested team.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is some. Again, New England was tested in their road here, right? But obviously, they maybe didn't answer the tests as glowingly as we wanted. Ben, what is your expectation really for this one? Are you kind of then on that same side, thinking that the Seahawks will be the group to get it done?
Yeah, I have the Seahawks 27, 24, 27, 23, something in that kind of region, 3 to 4 points. Mm-hmm. And I'm a big believer that if I'm a Seahawks fan, the way I want this to fall is I want this to fall that I have the lead with 2 minutes left, and it's Drake May with the ball, and it's my defense that's trying to put it away rather than being 23-20 down and Sam Darnold trying to drive to win the game.
Yeah, it's interesting, though. Darnold, I think, has gained a ton of supporters, Ben, right, in the build-up to this game, and people have been impressed, of course, what he did in the 2 games that they were victorious against the Rams. I'm wondering if anyone you spoke to recently last night, the awards that we saw, though, Jackson Smith and Jigba winning Offensive Player of the Year, does that maybe feel like the trump card in this game that the Seahawks have now? What is the Offensive Player of the Year? And position player-wise, New England not so much?
Yeah, I think as great as Stephon Diggs and those guys have been efficiency-wise, nobody can take over a game for New England quite the same way that Jackson Smith and Jigba can. And also, Jackson Smith and Jigba is probably the only receiver in this game that you have to scheme your defense around. Like, New England have to look at putting Carlton Davis and a safety on Jackson Smith and Jigba to try and force Cooper Kupp and Rashid Shaheed to beat them.
So, Ben, I do want, because I think this will be the last time this week we speak to the group from PFSN, and it's really been great. We're able to talk to Kyle, I know, earlier this week. Can you give people an idea of some of the coverage and everything that's going to be available, even in the remainder of the week over there from you guys at PFSN?
Yeah, a lot of our coverage will be kind of split between social and the website at profootballnetwork.com. We'll have our previews and stuff like that up there, and then a lot of informational content around the Super Bowl, trying to fill those gaps, when you're watching the Super Bowl and something doesn't quite make sense that you haven't seen all year because you've been watching Red Zone or whatever. We do a lot of that kind of stuff. So that's a lot of what our coverage is. As I say, we're going to be over at the USAA Lounge today, tomorrow, getting some interviews with some of the players over there, hopefully getting some interesting stories from them that we can put on the site.
And then maybe, let the people know one of the better kind of conversations that you guys have already had out there. I know it's been a loaded week over at Radio Row.
We've spoke to a lot of good guys. We ran into Doug Flutie earlier. He's got split allegiances. I think he thinks the Seahawks, but he's a New England guy. He's from that area of the country, and but obviously he's a ex-Buffalo player, so he doesn't want to see New England win at the same time. So it's an interesting split for guys like that. He's probably the most interesting guy we spoke to this week. But yeah, we spoke with Alex Highsmith, Jonathan Hankins, those guys, and they've been really entertaining guys.
Yeah, that is awesome. So make sure you check out everything that they've been doing over there, again, at PFSN. It's been fantastic all week long to talk to you guys. Ben, we really appreciate it.
Thank you. No, appreciate it.
Make sure you guys follow Ben over on Twitter at BenRolfPFSN and continue to stay up to date with what those guys are doing over there out in San Francisco. Back here on the desk, joined, of course, by Joe Lisi, as we've been all week long. Joe, the interesting thing, again, as we talked to even the people who were there, Seattle. No budge?
Are they betting? Yeah.
Well, does that matter?
It does matter.
Does that matter?
Yeah, it matters.
It's just it's about the.
Okay, so let me
fine. How about
let
this?
me twist it.
Go ahead.
When the Patriots were dominant team with Belichick, every time they made the Super Bowl, wasn't everybody Patriots? No.
And you're saying that they still won the Super Bowls?
Yeah. And Mahomes.
No, I don't know if that's true. I think things could.
Last year they got clipped, but besides that,
I've asked you this a few times. Okay. Do you feel this week the split has been very heavy towards Seattle? The people that we've spoke to leading into this.
So
game?
they say, yes, but
I think
again,
people are lying to you.
No, money talks and the other stuff walks, right? So I know everybody. Oh, Seattle should win. Seattle, I put $100 or $1,000. Back it up with that statement. So no, I mean, look, they could say 70%, and again, Kev, it doesn't. I throughout the regular season, throughout the playoffs, I'm a side guy, side and totals, right?
Yeah.
Along with props.
Yeah.
This side, I lean to the Seahawks, but it doesn't faze me if I'm wrong. I think Seattle's the right side. I think Seattle's going to win.
Yeah,
but my play is the over. I'll say this again. The over and all the props that Bazooka Joe is going to put out.
Listen, okay.
You're going to get me with the perception and, all right, the perception. Wheel grid.
This is all I am saying, because sometimes you get hung up on things where you're not going to budge. And I know I do too, okay?
Okay. I'm not budging.
Hold on a second, though. But you, though, occasionally are unwilling to budge on some things that are fact. And here is a fact. The Seahawks are the popular side in this game.
Okay, that's fine.
Overwhelmingly popular side.
Yeah, you know what?
No?
Mush, yeah. I think even the mushes are on that. Look, there are times.
You said that you know other people who are on New England. I don't know who else likes New England. I'm trying to. Can you just tell me? I don't know. You know, would you be blowing up anyone's spot? Like, again, outside of Patriots fans, like, do you know someone else that's... What are you, trying to Google people who bet New England? What are you doing over there?
No, I'm looking at stuff. What are you talking about?
Oh, am I interrupting your research?
No.
Oh, that's on me. Am I interrupting your breakdown?
No, not at all.
Why won't this get down to 4? When's it going to move then, bro? When's it going to move?
Bro, look... They're begging you to take New England.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah, they are, because they need people like me.
Right, so...
But they're begging New England to cover this game, please. Please,
They could get
please.
smashed.
Who?
New England.
Probably not.
35-24.
So then lay it. Oh, yeah. Don't do this again.
What?
Don't do this with the final score. Don't do this with the final score.
35-24.
Why are you doing this with the final score? Really?
These guys.
All right. I will say this, okay?
Go ahead.
Lisi has promised me all week that this line could fall back to 3.5.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm thinking it might close 7. I mean, at this
7?
rate,
You're crazy.
well, it's just crazy. It doesn't feel that crazy. If you think it's gonna close 2.
I have a bridge to sell you too. If you believe everything you hear.
Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. We'll be right back.
Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Arlovski. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bonner. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
How about selling it to a minority ownership group that could show the NFL is moving in the right direction? Hey, it's one thing to talk about black coaches in the National Football League. It's one thing to talk about black general managers. It's another thing to start talking about a minority owner owning the football team.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Gosh, I really do like the storylines with these open field events. Like, I want us to expand these signature events to bigger fields, because I really do like the Joel Damon story, the Andrew Putnam story. That's part of the PGA Tour and what makes it so good. So I don't know where they're going to eventually end up on all of this.
The Smiley Show. Only on SportsGrid.
They cheated.
No, they're not saying
Right?
that. Well, they're not, but they're not really giving a reason on Kraft.
The only two of the voters I've seen, maybe it's more, came out and said why they didn't vote for him. And they said, I'm limited to 3 votes.
Yeah.
And I will always pick a player over a coach or an owner.
Right.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy saying, I'm not afraid of you knowing who I picked. I'm going to tell you why I picked him.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Pro Football Today on SportsGrid, taking a look at some of the different options here for Super Bowl 60. Maybe sell Joe on a couple of the bets that I like outside of New England, because I've just got no chance at getting you in the mix on that.
You have no chance, I don't think, to start. I mean, I'm going to start the Billy Club you early now. We're inching closer to kickoff. This is it. You got no shot. I didn't want to tell you that, but good luck.
Can I just tell you this?
Sure.
You keyed in on the wrong thing. And I worry for you, because you're going to find the way to mess this thing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Akers, couple carries. Kyle Williams, couple grabs.
Wow.
And then you're going to somehow talk yourself into this Seattle -6.5 alt line. And we know your history with alt spreads. We do. We've seen it. You've ruined franchises with that decision. So, can I get you in?
Yeah, tell me what you got.
On any player to have 100 receiving yards, -138.
We said yes. I said yes earlier in the week.
But are you going to bet it?
Not running to the window for it.
But it's a good number.
It's a great number.
So you don't love it?
I mean, when you say don't love it, don't love the number, or don't like the bet?
Like, it's not going to actually make your card. Can't parlay it. Doesn't move the needle.
When there's one game, I mean, right now, I'm going for the lottery ticket. I am, with one game left. I'm sorry. I'm going big, and look.
Let's pull up this novel.
Last year, it was Saquon in the receiving game and Jahan Dotson, and I cashed those tickets.
Yeah.
I should have taken the Eagles. I didn't. I liked them, and I had the over.
Okay.
So I mean, what more?
Do you like the coin toss?
Nah. I like the Gatorade. Purple.
7-1. I can get you.
All right, it's a good number.
All right, how about this one? Jersey number of first touchdown score.
Over 11.5.
Whoa. I can get you 10.5. -160.
What do you mean 10.5?
I can get you 10.5, over 10.5.
Which includes JSN.
Yeah, wait. Why do you like over 10.5?
11.
Or 11.5?
Because I don't think it'll be.
Who are the lower guys?
Walker's 9.
Cup.
May is
right?
10.
Okay.
Cup is 10. May is 10.
Yeah.
And then we're talking Ramondre Stevenson, the tight ends. Barner's 88. Henry's 85. Booty is 9. Diggs is 8.
So some of the past
Shaheed
wide
is double
receivers
goose.
where
Kyle Williams is 13. Yeah.
so it's
I think Kyle
basically-
Williams, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going down big. Kyle Williams could be the first touchdown scorer in the game. I just have a premonition of Kyle Williams hitting a 50-yard bomb, and I start out of the gate right like 50. You give me the yards, you give me the touchdown, and then game on. Then Lisi's involved in the Super Bowl. Could be. I just have this premonition of Kyle Williams being the first touchdown scorer in the game.
Okay.
And yeah, I took him.
How do you feel about over 2.5 players to have a pass attempt plus 160? Cooper Kupp.
Everybody's on this cup.
Cooper Kupp was tweeting out photos of him throwing. I don't think it means a thing. But I still think it could come in. Does it do anything?
Nah.
QB to have a catch, 11-1.
What did Sammy say?
Who cares?
Oh, same thing. He's over 13. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You know what, Sammy?
Can
could
you
say
not
he's
do the
13.
show with the producer who no one else can hear? Is that all right with you or no? Really?
He's antagonizing me.
Okay.
Go ahead. I told you what I
QB
like.
to catch a pass. Oh, so you're done. Oh, you know what? You told me what you like.
Q,
You're done.
QB
I'll
to
do it from here.
QB to catch a pass. I don't like that bet.
Okay.
Let me ask you, if there was a QB to catch a pass, which one do you think it would be?
It's a huge gap between May and Darnold.
Huge gap.
Huge.
Oh, come on.
You think Darnold could catch a pass?
Yeah, I think Darnold is sneaky athletic.
Has he ever caught a ball in his life?
Probably not.
You went probably not.
Sneaky athletic.
You didn't even.
Sam Darnold is going to score in this game, too. Kyle Williams, Sam Darnold.
Darnold's not scoring.
No?
No.
He's plus 850 to score.
Okay.
I like that value.
He's never had a reception.
So what?
What about back in college? They
Here we
throw
go.
him one?
Keep going. Scroll.
I'm just trying to find it. You. With
I
all
mean,
these
really.
things.
I like fourth down conversion. Nah, that's not good. My team to.
You like the next gen stats? Fastest ball carrier?
Nah, that's garbage. That could be. That's garbage. It's garbage.
Hold on. Finish the thought.
Could be fixed. It's like I'll tell you what. Let me ask you this.
So good.
Do you bet on the home run derby?
Yeah.
Okay, with the longest fly ball, and all of a sudden, first of all, the camera guy is on the left, the ball's straight ahead. Yeah, we go up to 454. Yeah, it looked about 413. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, we have the state-of-the-art technology, but we can't get it down. The guy hit the top of the stadium. It's like 385 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bet on next gen stats.
Why not?
He was running 28 miles an hour faster than a Lamborghini.
Look at this. Look at this. Ready? Combined.
He was running faster than a racehorse on that touchdown. Oh my! Oh man!
Combined.
Everybody on Monday. That's what everybody on Monday is going to be. The recap show. Whoa!
No, stop. Not you and recapping the Super Bowl. You know you don't like that. How about this one?
Go ahead.
Combined Super Bowl points and USA gold medals at the Winter Olympics. 60 plus at even money.
Say that again. Combined points and
combined points
right in the game.
The total.
59.
And USA gold medals. 60 plus even money.
I like that. I like the over.
It goes up to 80. 9-1.
I got to look now. Here's the problem with the USA for gold medals.
Yeah.
We don't have a good bobsled team. And here's the problem. We don't. On a 4-man bobsled, what does the third guy do but tuck? Why can't I do that job? All he does is run and tuck. I could do that job. The third man on the 4-team bobsled does absolutely nothing. How do you sign up for that job? I'll take it. I'm not kidding.
There's no way.
Yeah.
The over for USA gold medals appears to be 12.5.
48.
At minus 1.
48, 46. They're trying. Over. That's a no-brainer. Alt that to 75.
All right. Well, now we're cooking.
Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Arlovski. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bonner. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
How about selling it to a minority ownership group that could show the NFL is moving in the right direction? Hey, it's one thing to talk about black coaches in the National Football League. It's one thing to talk about black general managers. It's another thing to start talking about a minority owner owning the football team.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Gosh, I really do like the storylines with these open field events. Like, I want us to expand these signature events to bigger fields because I really do like the Joel Damon story, the Andrew Putnam story. It's part of the PGA Tour and what makes it so good. So I don't know where they're going to eventually end up on all of this.
The Smiley Show. Only on SportsGrid.
They cheated.
No, they're not saying
Right?
that. Well, they're not, but they're not really giving a reason on Kraft.
The only two of the voters I've seen, maybe it's more, came out and said why they didn't vote for him. And they said, I'm limited to 3 votes.
Yeah.
And I will always pick a player over a coach or an owner.
Right.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy saying, I'm not afraid of you knowing who I picked. I'm going to tell you why I picked him.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Pro football today, and it's really kicking off now.
It is.
We've really started to hit our groove. Gold medals and points. We feel good about this. How high do you want to take it? Gold medals and points.
Take it at 80.
9-1.
All right.
So that's where we are. All right, let's see what we got here. I got to make sure things don't expire, if you catch my drift. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's understandable.
There's some college, MMA, NBA.
Yeah.
It's not your bag. Ant Edwards, points, bounds, assists versus Drake May, rushing yards. It's not bad.
Yeah.
That's
Ant
not
takes
bad.
nights off lately.
Yeah, but he's playing Sunday against the Clippers. Could be a big spot for him.
What time?
Earlier.
A lot of eyes on him.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
That's kind of a prime game. Let's
Yeah,
take a
it's almost-
look. Might be onto something here.
Ant
Oh,
for
here we go.
Ant for 40.
Here we go. Kayshawn Booty receptions or Jalen Brown 3-point field goals. Knicks Celtics 12:30 Sunday.
Knicks are back up to 33 and 17, huh? Weren't they running that coach out of town now? All of a sudden, Brunson found Brunson found his groove.
All right, how about this?
Trying to ship out Cat.
I might be able to get you on this.
Okay.
Mac Hollins receiving yards versus Kawhi points versus the Wolves.
Kawhi takes off.
Really?
He's allergic to the glass too.
But
The kid for his size,
it's not rebound.
I don't know if he breaks out in hives if he gets too close, but he's I mean, to think that this guy led Toronto to a championship and he's afraid of the glass at his size. Somebody's got to talk to him. Seriously, I know injuries, but come on, kid. Bang the glass a little bit. Show a little body English. Show some heart.
All right, great breakdown. Cat points or Pat's total points? Carl Anthony Towns.
I feel like this should be all you. You're all in on the Pats. No doubt about it. 24 plus.
Oh, you're right.
You should. I mean,
I'd like Cat to go head to head with the Seahawks points. They wouldn't see that coming.
Cat takes too many threes.
No, you're not wrong about that. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Oh, look at this free money.
Go ahead.
Look at this free money.
Free money. Go ahead. What do you got?
Trevion Henderson rushing receiving against Siakam, points scored.
Siakam's terrible.
Siakam against the Raptors, his old team. Minus 130, Siakam. You can print that ticket. I mean, well,
I like
Henderson might get
Henderson.
0. Henderson might get 0.
Okay.
Siakam. Now we're talking. Bing, bang, boom. Simple as.
Yeah, well, you got it all
Well, that
figured
was-
out. I love when you become a wheel and a guru. You have it all figured out. You have the answers before the test.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, how about this? Total sacks.
Oh,
5.5.
under.
Joe,
Under.
might be sharp. Let me ask you, right?
Okay.
Let's go.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of sacks in this game.
Drake May has been sacked exactly 5 times. All 3 games. Only 5.5?
Right.
Right? Could be an under sacks.
Under sacks.
Under sacks.
Under sacks.
All right, so we might have something then.
I like under.
Over under 7.5 punts.
I hope. Under. 7.5?
Yeah. Is that a lot of punts?
It's
How many
almost-
punts do you think there were in Rams
2.
Seahawks?
2.
2? There were no. Total wheel answer. Is that right? The Seahawks punted 5 times in that game? Could that be?
Yeah, maybe.
There were 7.
Oh, that's right, because the kid Wright bobbled it. Remember, he had bounced off his face?
Punts could be flying.
No, I hope no punts. Under punts.
Dickinson over the 3.5 punts could be a play.
I don't like that bet.
No?
No.
Really?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right.
I don't like it.
How did he punt 5 times in a game they scored 31? That's impressive almost. Pretty interesting. Any player to run for 100 yards plus 180?
No, I don't like that either.
I agree.
Go ahead.
First player to reach 10 rushing yards. Ken Walker's the favorite.
Where's Travion?
17-1.
Wow.
Really? What about
Wow.
Shaheed?
Now, Shaheed, they start the game with a reverse?
I think it's on the board. I think it's on the board.
All right.
You know what bet I'm secretly interested in that you talked about quite a bit?
Go ahead.
JSN on the ground. It's possible.
Reverse to start with JSN.
Player to record a 20-yard plus rush attempt. Henderson, 5-1.
I like that.
215.5 rushing yards in the game. Now, we got a lot to go through. NFL insider Adam Kaplan joins us next.
Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Arlovski. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bonner. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
How about selling it to a minority ownership group that could show the NFL is moving in the right direction? Hey, it's one thing to talk about black coaches in the National Football League. It's one thing to talk about black general managers. It's another thing to start talking about a minority owner owning the football team.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Gosh, I really do like the storylines with these open field events. Like, I want us to expand these signature events to bigger fields because I really do like the Joel Damon story, the Andrew Putnam story. It's part of the PGA Tour and what makes it so good. So I don't know where they're going to eventually end up on all of this.
The Smiley Show. Only on SportsGrid.
They cheated.
No, they're not saying
Right?
that. Well, they're not, but they're not really giving a reason on craft.
The only two of the voters I've seen, maybe it's more, came out and said why they didn't vote for him. And they said, I'm limited to 3 votes.
Yeah.
And I will always pick a player over a coach or an owner.
Right.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy saying, I'm not afraid of you knowing who I picked. I'm going to tell you why I picked him.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Joe Lisi, head back to San Francisco. NFL Insider, Adam Kaplan. Cap, always great to talk to you. We checked in a little bit earlier this week with some of the different news stories we've been hearing across the league. We didn't get too much into the game. Let's just start with what you're hearing from people that you've spoke to out in San Francisco about the matchup of the New England Patriots up against the Seattle Seahawks group.
So, and this is interesting because it plays to the totals and the prop numbers. We'll talk probably more about that part, the prop numbers on Sunday's PFT. But getting Matt Collins back, remember he was hurt for a bit with an abdomen injury, but he's back. The way that you beat Seattle is, how do you do it? You throw the football deep against them. Josh Jobe, who came out of nowhere to be a starting quality corner. He was a number 5 corner for the Eagles, but he's done a great job, a former undrafted free agent out of Alabama. But Tariq Woolen, you saw Matthew Stafford pick on him, Kevin. So you want to know about the matchup? That's the way, as I've talked to a lot of people, I know the Patriots have probably looked at this as well. They're watching the tape. When you have the ball, you got to attack. You got to attack. It will be really hard for the Patriots to run on them. There's no question to me. They're going to probably throw the ball a lot. I believe they'll be behind at some point. And then, Kevin, to beat Sam Darnold, he doesn't do well when he holds on to the football. He gets indecisive. You saw it with the Jets, the Panthers. You saw it last year with the Vikings late in the season. But you know what happens now when you don't get to him? You saw what he did in the championship game, he was unbelievable.
Cap, I want to ask, out of the former players and current players that you interviewed this week, what was the perception of Drake May? And you brought up how New England's not going to be able to run the football. What do they feel like overall about this passing attack with Drake May entering this game going up against Seattle?
Joe, funny you mentioned that. Good question, because Brian Hoyer I've known for, 18 years, and Brian and I spoke at length about this. And one of the things that Brian talked about is how aggressive Drake May is for a second-year quarterback. He was in college, but you worried about the turnovers and would he make the right decisions? And the other thing, he said two things. For such a young quarterback to read his progressions well, Joe, and the other thing is you might be talking about the most accurate quarterback, but only in his second season. It's really incredible how well he's done. And Josh McDaniels, who I voted for Pro Football Writers Association awards as my assistant coach of the year, and he won the APs last night. The job that Josh McDaniels has done with him, to be honest with you, Drake May would not be nearly as good with another coach. Josh McDaniels, you could say what you want, guys, about him as a head coach where he's been awful. This guy has done one of the all-time jobs of developing a young quarterback.
Kat, that's interesting. You mentioned McDaniels winning the assistant coach of the year. Has there been any chatter in town about just the way all those awards broke, how close things were between May and Stafford for the MVP? Vrabel, of course, wins coach of the year for New England.
Honestly, Stafford winning was not a surprise. It's who I voted for. I know a lot of people, a lot of writers who thought Stafford was better. See, remember, Stafford, I believe, he didn't throw his first pick until after his first 28 touchdowns. That's pretty amazing this season. Mm-hmm. He was marvelous. Now, if we did most improved player award, it's Drake May. I mean, I cannot believe how good he is, Kevin. And look, give Mike Vrabel credit. Well, I also voted like the AP voted for him to be coach of the year. The fact that there was no micromanaging, there was no, how Pete Carroll micromanaged Brian Schottenheimer. A lot of these run the ball guys, they want to limit the dropbacks. He didn't do that. That is why they're here. You could say all you want, Kevin, about the schedule. They don't control that. I know it was a soft schedule. I get that. But we judge on results. And the fact that this team is in the Super Bowl after losing to the Raiders in week 1, are you serious? This is an amazing story.
It is, Cap, and we'll see if they could close the deal on Sunday.
Yep.
Christian Gonzalez going up against JSN. What have the players and what's the buzz around that matchup? Does anybody feel that at least New England could contain JSN to maybe 70, 80 yards, which it seems like no defense has been able to do?
Joe, I'm glad you brought. I can't remember the player that I talked to because I always like to when I go to these Super Bowls. This is my 25th at now Media Row. I just want to know, if it's defensive back, how would you handle it? And the problem with JSN is you don't quite know where he's going out of his breaks. I remember Paul Gunther, the former Bengals and Raiders D coordinator, tell me trying to cover Antonio Brown. It doesn't matter that he's not a speed demon, but it's in and out of his breaks. You don't know where he's going to go, left, right, or center. And you could double him, which they should do. You know, make A.J. Barner beat them. Was it fine tight end out of Michigan? Cooper Kupp was clearly near the end of his career. But to me, you got to stop JSN. He sets it up. And then Kenneth Walker with the explosive runs. Now, but one thing I do want to remind you of, Zach Charbonnet towards ACL, so he's out. He's an excellent pass protector. That matters in this game because New England has to find a way to get to Sam Darnold. If they do, this game is going to be really tight.
Yeah, I think, you know, the Darnold of it all, Cap, is one of the most fascinating pieces because I feel right now, and I'm wondering if you would agree, if you ask people who's the better quarterback, I think Darnold might win the vote. And I find that to be fascinating considering Drake May just finished second in MVP, but I feel as if this postseason has just swung things so far the other way.
Kevin, the game that Sam Darnold had in the championship game, I just was, you know, I got the game wrong. I picked the Rams, I'll admit it. They couldn't get to him. And even when they did, he threw with anticipation, which means you're putting it out to the pass target to go get the football in the beginning or in the middle of his route. That's just great high-level quarterback play. And then you always ask yourself, Kevin, what happened with Darnold late in the season with Minnesota where he was brilliant? You could have voted for the MVP until that. Mm-hmm. And then they moved on. And now you move on here. Now he had that game, he had 7 turnovers against the Rams, 4 in one game, all 4 picks. You never know when that's going to show up. And I was betting on that to show up in the last game. It didn't. Yeah. But in this game, you know, New England doesn't have a great pass rusher. They get a great scheme. You know, we were just talking about it. And Christian Gonzalez has got to be in a lot of man coverage against JSN. They have to play more man coverage than they used to, or they're used to doing it. Because JSN is a home wrecker. He may not be that fast, but incredibly strong. Right now, a top 3 route runner, and his numbers are just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's incredibly impressive when again, you know, he takes home Offensive Player of the Year. Cap, I am curious, the Darnold of it all, right? Do you think this is going to impact how anything lands quarterback-wise this offseason? Because I remember, and you will as well, right? Josh Allen got off to such a slow start, right? And then obviously blossoms into one of the best quarterbacks in football. And when quarterbacks would have a rough first 18 months, we go, hey, Josh Allen didn't start great in Buffalo. Are we going to now get to a point where people go, hey, Darnold took 5 teams to figure it out. Why can't we give Mac Jones or Kyler Murray or Anthony Richardson, this Daniel Jones, all the rope?
Well, hey, but Baker Mayfield. I mean, Baker Mayfield's a perfect example of what you're talking about. Now, with Sam Darnold, to me, it's not getting down on himself when he turns the ball over. Because sometimes with him is, you know this, Kevin, and Joe knows this, watching football all of our lives, when quarterbacks start turning it over, sometimes the faucet doesn't stop. And that, to me, is what New England has got to get. If they could get a turnover in early, that's when he presses. But when you look at that number, that 4.5 number, which almost every book is at, it's a very fair number. My opening line would have been 4, as I told you last week. 4.5 is very, very fair.
Yeah, I would agree with that, you know, as well. I mean, it's the market has shown that's a fair number, right? That's why that number has settled in the way that it has. Cap, you have time to do another? You got to run out there in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Great. I do want to also. One of the things, it doesn't hang over the game as much, right? But of course, it's the fact that the offensive coordinator in this game, Clint Kubiak's going to go to the Raiders, the first overall pick. There's still some coaching stuff that we're kind of, you know, working through around the National Football League as well. And I think it's great to be able to check in with Kaplan out there as we kind of button up what we've been doing here on Pro Football Today. So let's take a quick break. We'll come right back and continue to talk to NFL insider Adam Kaplan here on SportsGrid.
Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Volsky. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bond. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
How about selling it to a minority ownership group that could show the NFL is moving in the right direction? Hey, it's one thing to talk about black coaches in the National Football League. It's one thing to talk about black general managers. It's another thing to start talking about a minority owner owning the football team.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Gosh, I really do like the storylines with these open field events. Like I want us to expand these signature events to bigger fields because I really do like the Joel Damon story, the Andrew Putnam story. It's part of the PGA Tour and what makes it so good. So I don't know where they're going to eventually end up on all of this.
The Smiley Show. Only on SportsGrid.
They cheated.
No, they're not saying
Right?
that. Well, they're not, but they're not really giving a reason on crap.
The only two of the voters I've seen, maybe it's more, came out and said why they didn't vote for him. And they said, I'm limited to 3 votes.
Yeah.
And I will always pick a player over a coach or an owner.
Right.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy saying, I'm not afraid of you knowing who I picked. I'm going to tell you why I picked him.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Joe Lisi, joined by NFL insider Adam Kaplan. Cap, I want to go still within this game, but kind of on the outer side. Clint Kubiak is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders head coach. You had given us the idea that this wasn't a surprise to us, certainly here on the desk. One, I guess, the two-parter would be, does that have any impact at all on this game? But the second piece of it is, how excited do you think the Raiders are that they landed Kubiak in this coaching cycle?
No, I mean, huge because, every coaching cycle, there's like a Ben Johnson or Sean McVay. Now, I'm not saying Kubiak wasn't that high, but this is the guy to develop a quarterback, and it's probable that Mendoza will go #1. I know the Raiders have to still get through the scouting process, but they need a quarterback, and this is the way it is. Ironically, I ran into Mendoza's agent about an hour ago. It's kind of funny how that works out. It's what happens when you're at the Super Bowl, but look, with Clint Kubiak, one thing he's got to be careful with, and Jonathan Gannon went through this. Now, the circumstances are a little bit different where the Cardinals contacted him illegally before the Super Bowl, and you shouldn't do that. Gannon claims had nothing to do with it. I never even thought about it. That's fine. But Clint Kubiak cannot. He needs to turn his phone off because what happens is, Kevin, is coaches who want to get on a staff will give, hey, good luck, man, and hey, remember me after the game. He can't be thinking that. He can't be thinking that stuff on your question. Yeah. It's a great question. Can't be doing that. He's got a job to do here, and I know that Brian Hoyer told me this is a great story. Like I never heard this before. I don't know if that it's out anywhere. So the Rams Patriots Super Bowl when Brian won his Super Bowl ring. So that you only could scout what you see on tape. Wade Phillips put a completely new defense in for the Super Bowl, and he's like, oh boy. And Josh McDaniels said, okay, hang on. Or it was either Belichick or McDaniels, but they regrouped. They completely changed it. And that could only happen when you have your total focus on your question. You have to be totally focused, think about nothing else. And that, it's a good question, but the betting line is 4.5. The number's it's legitimate. I don't see it impacting, to answer your question, move this forward here, I don't see this impacting Clint Kubiak at all.
Cap, can I just stick on the Mendoza point of it all?
Sure.
And because the gap is so big between him and whomever QB2 is, it sets Mendoza up to kind of be an easy selection. But maybe we're too early in the process. Let me know if that's the case. Mendoza on his own merit. How do league sources feel around the prospect?
I've had this discussion. If we had a 5 or 6 quality deep draft first 50 picks, he would go somewhere in the 20s. It doesn't mean he won't be a superstar. Not saying that. You asked me the question. I'm already on that because being that quarterback is the most important position in the National Football League. That's where I always start when I do my scouting intel and all that stuff. It's a major drop-off with the Oregon quarterback Moore not being in it. It's just a major. You're absolutely right. It's a major drop-off. He's a good prospect. He's got plenty of starts at 2 schools. That's not the problem. He's just not. He doesn't have a rocket arm, nice arm, accurate with some timing. And look, in fact, that'll make me probably want to go to their training camp in Henderson, Nevada, see Kubiak work with Mendoza. But that's another talk for another time. But yeah, overall, you want to know, he would go in the 20s. I'm on that. Yeah, but it doesn't mean he won't be very good. And when you need a quarterback, the Jets learned this with Mark Sanchez. Yeah, they got to 2 championship games with him, but they asked him not to throw the football. They handed it off to Thomas Jones and went with defense. You don't ever want to have to do that with your quarterback.
No, you don't. And we'll see exactly what Mendoza does. I expect him to be number 1 overall. We'll see what the Raiders do. But, Cap, go back to Kubiak for a second because Kevin and I have been on the desk saying, Kubiak really is like a chameleon in the game against the L.A. Rams, right, where when Charbonnet goes down, they ran Kenneth Walker in the first half, but it was all Darnold in the second half. They really opened up the offensive attack and became more aggressive maybe than they were at the middle part of the season. Did you talk to anybody about why they made that transition? Was it due to the injury to Charbonnet?
No, for pass protection, it's a good point. But no, what happened was I think as play callers, yes, Mike McDonald, he wants to run the football. He fired Ryan Grubb, his former offense coordinator. Grubb did a good job, but he wants it to be run based, like Pete Carroll, his predecessor. I mean, they want to run the ball, win with defense. But what happens is when Stafford is lighting you up, you got to stay up with him. And I give Mike McDonald credit for not micromanaging. Kubiak did a great job, very aggressive, and they got the job done. And and with scheme and his ability to get it open. And Kenneth Walker's kind of come alive here because he was in that timeshare with Charbonnet. But pass protection is very, very important, as I told you weeks ago on Trayvon Henderson. That's why he's not in there. It's IDing pass rushers. It has nothing to do with his ability to actually block the guy, but understanding where they're coming and not going and all that stuff. And Josh McDaniels' offensive scheme for pass protection, I'm told, is really, really difficult.
Cap, I want to just and maybe we'll do it a little bit more Sunday, but where are you right now, Super Bowl wise? Like what you are expecting? Obviously, you're never afraid to give your picks, but like, have you kind of a final score? Like where are you at right now here with the Seahawks against the Pats?
I'm leading heavily with Seattle. I know the money in the country is clearly on Seattle. Yeah, I'm definitely on them. Now, what could change my mind? If I hear something on Darnold's shoulder, that would concern me. I know it's just right throwing shoulder, but if I heard something on Drake May's shoulder, I would think 7 points would be great. If I heard something on Nick Amenwari, which is where I was going here, if his ankle's really bad, which he got hurt in late Wednesday's practice, that would concern me. He's a game changer. He's an ex-Kyle Hamilton. This kid's unbelievable. So that would concern me. But right now, they're clearly the better team. No offense to the Patriots, but you're talking about a much better roster. Darnold's playing out of his mind right now. I'm kind of shocked by this. Drake May's playing very well. And really, regular season, he hasn't been asked to do much in the playoffs. But I'm looking for a good game. I might be in the minority, though, Kevin, before we get out of here. Mm-hmm. I like the under. Now, I know anything could happen, but I like the under as of now.
Okay, all right. So we're going to get, and I'm curious where that total is going to settle up, something that Joe and I have been talking about a bit. NFL insider Adam Kaplan. Cap, appreciate it so much. We'll be talking Super Bowl Sunday.
You got it.
All right, great stuff there from Cap, no doubt about it. Likes the under right now.
No, I mean, I could see why. I mean, we've talked about the breakdowns. We've talked about how this game potentially could play out.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think, we've heard it from a number of different people. If they're taking the 4.5, not a lot of people think New England wins a higher scoring game, even though Cap's on Seattle. I think we'll see. It comes down to Drake May. He's got to be aggressive. That offense needs to take shots.
Yeah, and I think that they will be ready to do just that. Let's put some picks on the board, not just us. After the break right here on SportsGrid.
Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Walsh. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bonner. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
How about selling it to a minority ownership group that could show the NFL is moving in the right direction? Hey, it's one thing to talk about black coaches in the National Football League. It's one thing to talk about black general managers. It's another thing to start talking about a minority owner owning the football team.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Gosh, I really do like the storylines with these open field events. Like I want us to expand these signature events to bigger fields because I really do like the Joel Damon story, the Andrew Putnam story. It's part of the PGA Tour and what makes it so good. So I don't know where they're going to eventually end up on all of this.
The Smiley Show. Only on SportsGrid.
They cheated.
No, they're not saying
Right?
that. Well, they're not, but they're not really giving a reason on crap.
The only two of the voters I've seen, maybe it's more, came
Yeah.
out and said why they didn't vote for him. And they said, I'm limited to 3 votes.
Yeah.
And I will always pick a player over a coach or an owner.
Right.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy saying, I'm not afraid of you knowing who I picked. I'm going to tell you why I picked him.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, let's make it happen here. Pro football today, Friday 5. We're putting picks on the board, not just our picks.
Everybody's picks.
Boys in the back as
We're
well.
not just telling you. We're telling everybody.
All right. Really, one of my favorite things in the world is to listen to you dissect other people's picks. Our picks are on there. Don't care. Let's start with your favorite, Kriskowski. Mac Hollins, 25-plus receiving yards, -114. Your takeaway. Give it to him straight. Don't hold back. Don't hold punches.
Chris, you got no shot.
Come on.
It's all right, though.
It's not right.
I don't like Collins in the game.
But really, he's got no shot? You don't like Collins? You don't like Collins?
Yeah, you set me up for failure on this.
How?
Because it's 5 against 1.
What do you mean?
Well, you put up the producers, and then you want me to critique it. Yeah, be honest. Be honest.
You can't say
just so you know, when we were out there, I interviewed Matt Collins with Donnie.
Oh, so you're best friends?
Not that he's. Look, he made me money last week in the early game. He got to 51.
And now you've tossed him to
and
the
now
side.
I tossed him to the side. Chris, you got no shot.
Okay, so you're out on Matt Collins.
Yeah.
Next one, Sam Yarnell, +304. Both drives to result in a punt to start the game. First drive results in a punt. Double punt.
Could be a 90-yard drive for one of these teams on the opening kick.
So would you say no shot again?
No shot. Look, Sammy, I love you, but +304, they saw you coming a mile away.
Really? So he's beat as well.
He's beat.
So 3 for 3 on being beat.
Yeah.
I'll say this: it's a good CLV ticket, I think, on the double punt.
Okay. Feeling out process.
I think he's just cornered the market well.
Good. He did a good job.
It's not about all right.
I know you're on his shot. Good.
What?
I know you're on his side. You like Sammy.
I like everybody.
Debatable.
Okay, debatable. Apparently, AJ's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm now realizing? If you did say, hey, each of you give the pick that Lisi's most likely to not like, I think they would have done it. He likes under the 45.5. Your thoughts? That's got to be a little concerning.
No.
You're an AJ guy.
I like AJ. I like AJ a lot. AJ knows that.
You're an AJ guy.
I am an AJ fan. I'm a Kowski and Sammy fan too, but just not. No. I love our producers. I really like AJ and respect the look.
That's the difference. From a betting perspective, let's call it what it is. If AJ's on something, you respect it.
Correct.
If Chris is on something, you start barking.
Get
You know what
excited.
I mean? Yeah.
I get excited. Like,
Darnell, occasionally, I think you just tune out.
AJ was on, I think, the under in Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, Seattle-LA game. So how'd that turn out?
Is that true?
He was on one of the games that I was on the over, and it came through.
Maybe is that true, or
maybe
you just
it was
being mean?
I'm thinking it was one of the championship games. I don't know. Maybe he was on the under. Maybe he got it right. Look, he's not going to bat 1,000%. That's for sure. No.
Maybe the rest of his picks will be all right.
Right. Yeah, he could go 9 out of 10.
Oh, that's good, man.
All right, God. What's yours? I see the big plus
Cooper Cup anytime touchdown plus 295.
Going back to the well with this Cooper Cup.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I mean, could be back in L.A.
Just say what you want to say.
No, it's got life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a tone change over the last 2 hours.
There you go. I think he's got life. He scored last week.
I don't have much interest in JSN. The Patriots allow significantly more passing touchdowns than rushing touchdowns.
I like Boner, but Cooper Cup's a viable option.
All right. Well, I think you're getting a really good number
Plus
on
265. You might have CLV in your back pocket.
It's very possible.
What's mine?
Well, you tell me. You tell me what yours is.
Kyle Williams.
20-plus receiving.
11-1.
You just got some new intel on Kyle Williams.
I did.
What was that intel? You want to tell everybody?
Do I have to? I don't.
Really?
I want to do it after the fact.
You want? You're kidding.
Look, I like Kyle Williams.
Yes.
Don't ask questions. How about that?
Interesting. New strategy.
You don't need to know why I like it. Either you respect it or you don't respect it. I don't need to tell you why.
Wow.
And I'll tell you why after it comes in. How does that sound?
And then you skip town if it doesn't. You just get out of here if it
I just
doesn't.
get out of here.
Oh, my gosh. That's great.
You want me to tell you?
No, actually.
I'll tell you.
No, please don't. No, go ahead.
He's a local kid. He's going back home.
We even sure that's true. You might have got gotcha sports.
The disrespect. The disrespect.
From Santa Monica. Is that really close?
I'll accept it.
He was, that's at high school. He was born in Baltimore.
He's going back home.
Kyle Williams, back to his roots. What a week it's been on Pro Football Today.
Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Volsky. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bonner. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
How about selling it to a minority ownership group that could show the NFL is moving in the right direction? Hey, it's one thing to talk about black coaches in the National Football League. It's one thing to talk about black general managers. It's another thing to start talking about a minority owner owning the football team.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Gosh, I really do like the storylines with these open field events. Like I want us to expand these signature events to bigger fields because I really do like the Joel Damon story, the Andrew Putnam story. It's part of the PGA Tour and what makes it so good. So I don't know where they're going to eventually end up on all of this.
The Smiley Show. Only on SportsGrid.
They cheated.
No, they're not saying that. Well, they're not, but they're not really giving a reason on Kraft.
The only two of the voters I've seen, maybe it's more, came out and said why they didn't vote for him. And they said, I'm limited to 3 votes.
Yeah.
And I will always pick a player over a coach or an owner.
Right.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy saying, I'm not afraid of you knowing who I picked. I'm going to tell you why I picked him.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.